Hello, guys, and good afternoon to our all crypto friends and traders around the global. And I'm Laura, and I'm super excited to be back with all of you in the live stream tonight. So we just full of mystery and surprises. It's 5 p.m. here in Singapore right now. So because of all the time zones globally, we decided to stream 1 week on Friday at 5 p.m. as today, and the next week on Saturday at 4 p.m. So this is mainly so we can chat with traders from all over the world. We know that time might not be everyone, so every live stream will follow saves and our Twitter form with subtitle whenever you wonder where we opportunity and vision is connected. Our mission at Findtrader is exactly that, to give you stronger, handier trading tools and funding support, helping every single trader go further and stand firmer. So following our usual live stream tradition, feel free to drop any questions you have in the comment section anytime, whether it's about account operation, trading strategies, or platform rules. We welcome it all, and we'll have a dedicated FAQ session at the end of the live stream to answer everything clearly and make sure every voice is heard. And of course, we can't forget the giveaway that everyone has been waiting for. To thank you all guys for your long time support. And the tutorial will be towards the end of the live stream as usual. So the prize today's is USD 30,000 USD short account challenge, and the joining is super easy. Just leave anything in the comments, and it could be your thoughts on the on the markets, or like how your trading day is going, or or even just an emoji. Every comment automatically interests you into the drill, so don't hesitate. Let your voice be heard. And now let's take a minute or two more to wait for more friends to join, and you can use this time to say hi to each other in the comment and share your recent market feelings. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick today, so my voice is a little bit weird, and hope you don't mind. So also, please follow our Twitter accounts, and we regularly share market insights and trading education content here. And now, let me give you a quick hands up on the jam packet agenda we've prepared for you today. So first off, we'll dive into everyone's favorite part, in-depth market analysis, where we break down key trends. And the next up, we have an important announcement today. Our Upgrade Growth Accelerator program that's designed specifically for global traders. It's all about security, instant rewards, and a faster path to growth. So I'm sure you'll be interested, whether you are currently in a challenge or still watching from the sidelines. And finally, we'll have a 10-minute AMI session. And firstly, today is December 12, 2025, and we're going to talk about what macro and micro factors might impact the crypto market in the coming week is December 14th to 19th, and what the future trends look like. So the market has been pretty volatile lately, with the total market cap hovering around USD 3.1 trillion USD, and Bitcoin sticking between 89,000 USD and 92,000 USD, and Ethereum above 3,000 USD. But however, the overall weekly gain is limited and dragging down by pre-Christmas liquidity crunch and macro uncertainties. And this week, the Fed's follow-up signals and economic data will be the main focus. And so let's break it down step by step. And remember, investing has risks. This is just analysis, not advice. So let's get started. First, let's look at the macro factors. These are the big factors, influences that usually get passed to the crypto market, those in liquidity and inflation and policy. So this week's macro factors focus on mainly on the aftermath of the Fed's policy and key economic data. In the last week, the Fed confirmed 25 basis points rate cuts, and at the end of the QT is also as quantitative tightening, which releases a lot of liquidity. And Powell's speech on December 18th will be the key this week, remember? And if the signals are dovish, the rate cut probability will stay at 86 to 88%, and making risk assets like Bitcoin more popular. Conversely, if employment data is strong, it might delay further rate cuts in 2026, and the Bank of Japan's rate hike probability has increased to 80%, so which would reverse the yen carry trade and leading to global risk aversion. So the result is the market might test lower early in the week, but a weekend rebound is highly probable. So the PCE inflation report on December 19th expected to be 3.1%, and if it's lower than expected, it will reinforce loose policy and supporting the digital globe narrative and pushing Bitcoin and Ethereum up. So this week's ADP employment data expected plus 150,000, and Joe Altis report will also be released. So if employment is strong, the market might face short-term pressure, but the overall K-shaped economy, wealth disparity will make retail investors learn more towards safe haven assets. The expected fiscal expansion and increases in military spending under Trump's will be inject more liquidity, and the US dollar index has dropped back to 102. And historical data shows this allows Bitcoin to gain up to 132% during a weak dollar cycle. But thin holiday liquidity is a risk, and trading volume might drop by 5% and amplifying volatility. So the escalation of US-China trade traffics and the ongoing Middle East conflict will drive demand for safe havens, and Bitcoin's correlation with gold has risen to 0.7 if geopolitical risks intensify, and it might benefit as a safe haven asset. But short-term selling pressure is high. So overall, macro factors this week lean towards neutral positive, and if the data is dovish, there is a lot of room for a market rebound, and otherwise, risk aversion will dominate. So switching over to micro factors, these are the internal dynamics of the crypto markets that directly affecting prices and liquidity. And institutional behavior and regulatory progress are the highlights this week. And let's start with Bitcoin, BTC. So first, let's look at key data. As of today, the Bitcoin price is around 92,451 USD and up 2.35% in 24 hours, and a weekly gain of 1.2%, and the dominance is 59.11%, and showing capital is clearly following to Bitcoin, following into Bitcoin as a safe haven, and the fear and the greed index has climbed from a low of 10 to 26, and is still in a fear zone, but a signal for a clear oversold bounce. RSI is neutral bullish, and MACD shows initial upwards monuments. Leveraged OI has dropped to 120 billion USD, and easing liquidation and reducing selling pressure. So this week, Bitcoin bounced over 5% from a low of USD 89,420 USD to a high of USD 94,640 USD, and it's now consolidating around 92,000 USD. And technically, it's a formed a higher low and breaking USD 90,500 USD on the 4-hour chart, and it currently consolidating at the 50% and Fibonacci's level, and volatility is compressed. Signals a big breakout is coming. So if it breaks USD 95,000, it's heading straight for 98,000 USD to 100,000 USD. And if it pulls back, 89,800 USD is the key support, and this historical December average is plus 4.8%, but seasonal pressure is high this year. So don't ignore the insane holiday liquidity, and the sentiment is warming up with 75% being bullish, but 45% are still worried about a hawkish turn. So the market is intuitionally driven, with whales accumulating while retail traders panic sell, and a classic button signals. So the trend is a recovery bounce, and it correlated at 0.82 with US stocks, and but signs of decoupling are increasing. So the short term and late months is ringing upwards, and in the 91,500 USD to 95,000 USD range, and with a 70% change of dovish PCE data, and it could break USD of 94,000 and it retests 98,000 USD. And hawkish data will say it dropped to 89,000 USD. So the historical Christmas rally is plus 9.7%, but watch out for thin liquidity. And the mid to long term, super bullish. And JP Morgan or Tom Lee target USD is USD 150,000 to 200,000 USD range, and Bitwise is even looking at 200,000 USD plus, and driven by ETF inflows and easy monetary policy. So the baseline for late December is USD 93,000 to 98,000 USD. And if it breaks USD 100,000, and the bull market is back on. And now let's talk specifically about the latest developments with Ethereum. And currently, the Ethereum price is fluctuating around 3,350 USD, with dominance at about 15,500, and the market bounced back this week from post-Fed rate cut optimism and briefly leading Bitcoin in the short term. But however, the heat form, the staking Ethereum and Fusaka upgrade is still there, and with thin holiday liquidity, volatility is something to watch out for. And let's break down some metrics, drivers, and technicals, and then look at the outlook. So the key data check is, as for today, the Ethereum price is around 3,248 USD, and with a 24-hour gain of 0.50 percentage to 2.35 percentage source, slight variation, and a weekly gain of about 4 percentage. And the layer 2 activity is high after fees dropped by 95 percentage, and the fear and the grid index is up to 32. It's a neutral low from its low point, and RSI is neutral bullish around 55, and MACD shows initial upward movement, and the average OI is stable at about USD 80 billion. And liquidation are easing, and the skating rate is climbing. So the fear index is 32 accumulation phase. And this week, Ethereum bounced over 8% from a low of USD 3,092 USD to a high of 3,446 USD. And it's now consolidating around 3,250 USD. And technically, it's formed a double bottom, breaking 3,200 USD on the 4-hour chart, and it's currently consolidating at the 50 percentage, and the bouncing level and volatility is compressed. Signals a big breakout is coming, and if it breaks 3,400 USD, it's healing straight for 3,500 USD. And if it pulls back 3,050 USD is a key support. And the historical December average is plus 6.2 percentage this year, and it's benefiting from Fusaka, and the outgoing rational signals is really strong. So for the macro, the Fed confirmed 2025 basis point rate cut to 3.5% to 3.75% on December 10th, and at the end of the QT injects liquidity, pushing Ethereum to lead Bitcoin. Coolest pause mode was slightly hawkish, but if the PCE inflation expected at 3.1% is dovish, and it will be a catalyst for continued gains. The Japanese rate hike is expected at 80 percentage, but Ethereum DeFi shows a strong resilience. And for short term and late months, ranging upward in the USD 3,100 to 3,500 USD range, and with a 70 percentage chance of dovish PCE data, and it could break you 3,400 USD and retests 300, 3,500 USD. And hawkish data will see it drop to 350 USD. So the historical Christmas rally is plus 10 percentage, but watch out for thin liquidity. And so mid to long term, so super bullish. It's super bullish because challengingly, our coin codex target USD is 3,400 to 3,500 USD by the end of December, and 5,100 USD to 700 to 7,200 USD by Q4 2025, and driven by Ethereum inflow and Saka, Bitwise is even looking at 6,000 USD plus, and if it breaks 4,000 USD, so the alt seasons will accelerate. And the altcoins market this week has generally shown a pattern of rebounds, but it's limited by Bitcoin dominance and the liquidity crunch. The altcoin seasons index rose to 26 after 24 last week, and indicating a slight capital retention is starting. The Bitcoin dominance staying at 58 percentage, 5 percentage, so means most altcoins are still year to date negative. Although the market cap evaporating about USD 80,000 billion after the 80 billion USD after the block deaths earlier in the week, it bounced back about 3 to 4% midweek, supported by the Fed's rate cut expectation and specific events. However, pulled back over the weekend, so there's no overall weekly gain of only plus 1.5 percentage, and altcoin trading volumes surged 8 percentage earlier in this week, uh, stabilized over the weekend, and the average RSI is 50, neutral, and suggesting room for a rebound. So easily tracked down by Bitcoin, and altcoin and Bitcoin ratio climbed to 0.0102 and showing initial signs of the quadrupling, and overall how liquidity, how the effect amplifies volatility, and a layer is like Ethereum and SOL lead gain by over 5%. So meme coin rotation was active, while I would say coin and some DeFi tokens declines, reflecting capital rotating to a more stable narrative. So the altcoin and Bitcoin ratio climbed to 0.00182, showing initially signs of fluctuating, but overall low liquidity held it amplified volatility. So, and now let me say, explain about Findtrader's new plan. This growth acceleratory is about growth acceleratory program, and understanding the market is just the first step. And more importantly, it's about how you can turn this analysis into actual profit on a platform that supports your growth. And this brings us to the main event today. So a new program that truly rewards traders for every step for progress. So over the past year, the question we've heard the most is, besides the final profit split, can my progress get more direct recognition? So is my effort during the challenge worth anything? Stuff like question like that. So today our answer is yes, it can and it should be. So we believe that excellent traders aren't born suddenly, but they grow step by step through every analysis, every execution, and every review. And that's why we're launching the accompanying reward system and making growth itself a path of your profit. So the highlight one phase bonus instance in incentive system. So specific rules is about our challenge is split into two phases. So whenever you successfully hit the phase of profit target and meet the risk control requirements, the system will automatically issue a phase bonus within 24 hours, and the amount increases with the phase, for example, USD 300 for phase one and 500 USD for phase two, and so on. So what this means is just even while you're still in the middle of the challenge, you improving skills can start generating direct income. So highlight two is about scalable challenge pass. Scalable challenge pass. So detailed explanations after passing phase one, you automatically qualify to move on to the phase two challenge, and the phase two usually has a higher funding amount. For example, like upgrading from USD 100,000 to 300,000 USD or even though 300,000 USD, but the profit target might be more scrambled. And why are we doing this? Because in the traditional model, after trading past the challenge, they often have to buy a higher scale account and to start all over again. But we're uh, teaching that repetitive and wasteful progress. We believe that passing phase one already proved your fundamental ability, and phase two is a capacity amplification test to see if you can maintain the same discipline and performance with a large funding size. This paves the way for you to reach the highest level of live capital funding. And about highlight three is about early payout and profit split. So the upgrade floor complete phase one and immediately gets a live account and claim your profit split. So what is this? This is the most revolutionary part of this upgrade. And in the past, you need to complete all challenge phase, like those phase to get go live. And no, you just need to steadily complete phase one as 20% profit plus meet risk control requirements to immediately qualify for a live account. And you can start trading real funds and instantly enjoy the profit split. So this upgrade covers our two core account types. So no matter your trading style, you can find a matching path for growth. So we've organized the specific rules details into this simple document. So you can check it out on the official website after the live stream. But remember, the core principle is the rules are clear and transparent, and rewards are issued automatically. Let's look at an example. For example, Alex chose the legend account, and step one is complete phase one target and get the USD 2,000 cash rewards and 2,000, 300,000 USD live account. And the second week, choose to interface through and pass and gets 6,000 USD bonus plus a 1 million live account USD. So Alex not only received a total of 8,000 USD in base bonus, but he also earned a profit split from the live account he got after completing step one. So this is how growth is rewarded. And so today we're not just introducing products, but we're inviting you to join brand new trading growth model, and the first 100 people to sign up will get their registration fee refunded once they hit 1% profit in phase one. So scan the QR codes on the screen to go to the exclusive page or contact customer service for the last check. And further Q&A session. So for our first question, there's some question about like, is the phase bonus extra? Will it affect the final profit split? Well, the phase bonus is an extra incentive, and it's completely separate from the final profit split. So it's like a separate reward fund will be set up just for you, your growth journey. And what happens if I fail the phase two challenge? If you don't pass phase two, you can still go back to your phase one. And phase one achievement, meaning you can directly start the live account and keep the phase bonus you've already earned, and that's no risk of reset to zero. Are the bonus standards the same for the legend account and the short account? So the bonus structure are slightly different due to varying trading frequency and goals. So you can find the details in the rules table on the official website. You can go our YouTube website or you can go our Twitter website. And is this plan a limited time offer? Well, the upgrade account plan will be our standard product. So, however, exclusive benefit during the live stream, like the challenge free reduction, are only for this week. And that's it. If you have any questions, you can comment in the below and ask me, or you can open ticket to ask our staff one by one. And now we're going to conduct the final prize draw. Please note that only those who watch the live stream are eligible to participate, and those who didn't watch the live stream are not eligible. Our staff will review the account later, and after verification, we will announce the winners on our social media channels and in our community. Okay, congratulations to our user from YouTube. You have won a preloaded account. Please save the screenshots and contact our staff after the live stream ends. So that's all for today's live stream. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great, happy weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.